Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies. Day one of training camp is in the books. Good day, first day. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's staying the course. It's super early. So not any major news coming out of, training camp day one. But the major news, to start the camp it was perfect attendance. All 90 guys were there. All 90 guys were doing something. And for the Saints, this is something new. It's been every offseason where, 3 people were hurt. 4 people were hurt. I mean, just remember last year, Peyton Turner, Davenport, they were off to the side to start off last year. Jameis Winston was hurt to start off last year, coming back from the ACL. So it's always a thing with the Saints that someone's going to be hurt coming into camp. Someone's not going to be able to do something. It's not just someone. It's like a main important piece to the team. This year, everybody was out there in some type of capacity doing something. Doing something. So that's very good for the Saints' sake. You got everybody out there in with a new team of almost not an entire a brand new coaching staff, but a really new coaching staff, especially on the defensive side of the ball. It's good to have all your major pieces out there. You got a lot of new faces just on the team as well, on the defensive side of the ball and on the offensive side of the ball. So having those guys out there would be very helpful, man. Training camp, it's only a couple weeks. It's only a couple weeks. Preseason game is going to be here in no time. So having everybody out there healthy and ready to go, that's going to be a big thing for the Saints. And we're going to kind of talk about the trenches. We're going to talk about the offensive line, the defensive line, kind of heavy on them because we have a lot of options. And I think Dennis Allen kind of said something, maybe it's nothing in his interview afterwards. He was talking about Andrus Peat, how he's played left tackle, left guard, and things like that. As he was talking about James Hurst, who's also played tackle and guard. So, I mean, they had different lineups out there today from what I read from multiple people that were out there. Trevor Penning at tackle. You had Hurst at tackle. You also had Hurst rotating in that left guard with Andrus Peat. That's already something right there. Maybe Hurst is going to fight for a starting job. Maybe it's the left tackle job. Maybe it's the left guard job. Maybe it's the right guard job. But I do like that Hurst is going to be in competition for starting jobs. So you can't slack off. Andrus Peat can't slack off. Trevor Penning can't slack off. Cesar Ruiz can't slack off, especially bringing in Trey Turner as well. You have multiple guys fighting for that starting position. Now, I do ultimately think it's going to be Trevor Penning at left tackle, Andrus Peat at left guard, Eric McCoy obviously at center, Cesar Ruiz at right guard, and obviously no competition at the right side with Ryan Ramczyk playing the right tackle. But I do think it's good that it's going to be competition out there. It's going to be very good competition. And if those 5 guys start, you got Trey Turner, James Hurst as your first 2 guys off the bench as backups. And those are 2 capable starters. You got a former Pro Bowler, and a guy that started basically every game for us last year as your backups. One guy can play tackle and guard. One guy can play guard, so the versatility is going to be there. The versatility on the offensive line is going to help the Saints in general. So offensive line, hey, we're healthy. We're moving in the right direction, especially, Trevor Penning, injury fields first year. Cesar Ruiz injured at the last game of the season. You had Andrus Peat, who was also injured last year. All those guys out there day one, man. The offensive line needs to get chemistry. That's the biggest problem we had last year, probably in the run game where we really couldn't block. And in the passing game, we had no chemistry. You had a different center out there, a different guard out there, a different tackle out there, just about every game. So many different combinations on that offensive line that, we never had guys together. Hopefully we can get healthy, stay that way, and keep these guys together. Now on the defensive line, it's kind of in the same boat. It's probably even more clustered on the defensive line. Offensive line, we kind of know who's going to be out there. Maybe, at least at center, right tackle. Those are probably guaranteed. Ruiz is probably a guarantee as well. It's the left side of the line. And maybe it's up for grabs. And who knows, probably going to be what I said. But defensive line, you have Cameron Jordan. 100% chance Cameron Jordan's your starter. And after that, I mean, who knows? It's multiple lineups out there as well. You got Malcolm Roach. You got Brian Bresee. You got Nathan Shepard. You got Kalen Saunders. That's 4 guys, 2 spots. 4 guys and 2 spots. Who knows what that's going to end up being like. Different combination possibilities right there. Guys that can kind of play inside, outside. Who knows what that defensive line is going to be, man. But the games are won in the trenches. Thanks best years. We had a good offensive line and a good enough defensive line. A line that will protect Drew Brees. Now, obviously, having a quarterback back there that can call protections, get you in the right plays, get you out of the wrong plays, which is probably more important than getting you into the right plays. That's definitely going to be helpful. So Derek Carr is going to have to do his best impersonation of that. That's definitely going to help the team out a lot. But defensive line, man. we have to pick the right guys, and the best guys have to be out there. Defensive line did not play well last year, especially in the inside. So Brian Bresee, Nathan Shepard, Kalen Saunders, Malcolm Roach. We'll see who wins that battle. It's only day one. They don't have pads on. So no one's going to really outshine anyone with no pads on. It's just not as physical. You can't really be as physical as you need to be with no pads. So it's just T-shirts on, man. T-shirts and helmets. T-shirts and helmets. Then at that end position, I think it's 3 guys fighting for one spot. I think Carl Granderson's going to be the lead man for the role at the opposite end spot on side of Cameron Jordan. But you have Isaiah Foskey, who we drafted. You have Peyton Turner. Now, say what you want about him. He was a first-round pick. The Saints want him to be successful. They want him to be the man. If the Saints can pick the starting 4 guys on the offensive line, on the defensive line, they would probably pick Cam Jordan, because obviously that's one of your Hall of Fame players. Brian Bresee, because that's your first-round pick. Probably Kalen Saunders, if I had to guess, or Nathan Shepard. They both paid them a decent amount of money to come here, and they would pick Peyton Turner. Like, if they can pick people that's going to produce and things like that, not just picking guys to pick guys, that would be the 4 people they would pick on the defensive line, because that's the guys they're most invested in. That's kind of how the NFL goes. Like, they want to pick the guys that they're paying the most, because that's kind of why we're paying you the most, to be kind of the best. So, you don't want to spend a first-round pick and just have him buried on the depth chart. You want those guys to be out there, and you want those guys to be productive. So, Peyton Turner, that's the good thing about being a first-round pick. You're going to get your chances. You're going to get your chances, maybe more chances than you deserve, but you're going to get your chances. So, defensive line got a lot of shuffling going on. But, hey, from what I did read, Peyton Turner had a decent day. First day out there, like I said, no pads. I don't care what you really do, and no pads, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Defensive line and offensive line. Maybe the receivers and corners, you can take something away from that. The kickers, you can take something away from that. But the defensive line, offensive line, no pads on. We can't really hit y'all. That's really just a moot point. You can't really get anything from it. But I'm just glad to see everybody's healthy. But the trenches this year, man, I'm going to keep a big eye on the trenches. I know a lot of people want to report on the quarterbacks, the receivers, the corners. That's always the fun. That's the sexy stuff. That's what everybody want to see. But offensive line, defensive line, that's going to be a major, major key. Major key for the Saints this season. I'm definitely tuned in. Definitely watching some of those battles. That's going to be fun. Dennis Allen even said it in his press conference. Some people may be worried about some of the more intriguing, position battles, like the cornerback position battle, maybe receiver position battles, but every position battle matters. From kicker, long snapper, whatever you want to name it, they all matter, and I'm definitely watching that offensive line and defensive line. Man, some quick points before we get up out of here, though. Got to give a shout out to Michael Thomas, man. Got to give a shout out to Michael Thomas. He said he met with Dennis Allen, Mickey Loomis in the offseason. He told him, hey, my goal, which will happen, will be 100% before training camp. That's Dennis Allen's words. And guess what? Training camp looked like he's out there with no limitations, out there with the first team offense, out there looking good, out there looking like Michael Thomas. Out there looking like Michael Thomas, and you can't ask for anything. Out there day one, that's your leader, that's your guy, can't guard Mike. He was out there day one, looked like he's the same old. We'll see as training camp progresses how he responds, how that foot responds, how that ankle responds, and we'll see. We'll go from there. Like I said, first day. Can't dive too much into it, but I like to see Michael Thomas out there. Also, man, Alvin Kamara. It's only 1 or 2 routes I saw, but damn, that dude look good. Damn. Don't cancel me for that, YouTube. But Alvin Kamara, man, looking sharp, looking fast. I did make a joke. Remember, Kendre Miller said he think he can do everything Alvin Kamara does. If you watch Kendre Miller run that route and Alvin Kamara run that route, if you haven't seen it, go to my Twitter, go to my shorts. It's there. Alvin Kamara is different. He is different when it comes to the route running ability. This man could probably be a receiver. He looks quicker to me. He looks very, very quicker. I know he's fresh. I know he's healthy. So that may be it. He's just looking quick and fresh because it's early in the season. You haven't taken a hit. You haven't taken a beating. But the man looks quick. The man looks fresh. I loved what I saw from Alvin Kamara, man. That core connection and Alvin Kamara is also going to be very, very big for the Saints. It's a lot of things that's going to be very, very big for the Saints, man. A lot of things. So he looks good. He looks fresh. I like it. And shout out to Dennis Allen. I got to give a shout out to Dennis Allen. Marshawn Lattimore challenged him when they were running gashes at the end of the practice. And guess what? Dennis Allen did it. I like that from Dennis Allen, man. Because I feel like the difference between Sean Payton and Dennis Allen, I think those players were ready to go out there and die for Sean Payton on that field. They were backing up Coach no matter what. I feel like it wasn't the same for Dennis Allen. It was his first year. Sean Payton was there from 2006. So, the rapport, camaraderie he had with those guys are a little different, man. You had a guy that's there, 15 plus years, however long he was, the Saints head coach. It wasn't the same. So Dennis Allen, first year, the guys are trying to get comfortable with, even though he was on the staff, he wasn't a head guy. It's always weird, having a guy that's, a lower level now becoming a head guy. Now you have to it's not treat him differently, but, things change. So that's why a lot of people like to hire outside guys to come in and to take over that role. Because we've seen you in this defense coordinator role for a long time. Now you're the head guy. But him going out there running gases with the team, I really, really do like that on his part, man. Building that chemistry with the players, man. Making the players just love you even more than they do. And that, I promise you, it makes a difference. When players don't want to let a coach down, when players are playing for more than themselves, the team, the coaches, makes the team better. So I do like that he went out there and ran some gases. But they said he beat some people. It better have been offensive linemen, I'll tell you that. Because Dennis Allen shouldn't be beating nobody in no type of race. I'll tell you that much, man. That's pretty much it. Like I said, no pads. As Dennis Allen said, hey, t-shirt and underwear. That's what they're wearing out there. But it's a good first day. 90 guys out there. Perfect attendance. That's something new for the Saints. So hopefully the health bug, comes our way. The injury bug, just get away. It's been there too much. It's time for us to have a healthy season. Man. That's the one big thing about the Saints. Every year, we come into the season and somebody hurts, somebody gets hurt. So coming into the offseason, we always going to think we have a chance. Hey, if we go out there this year fully healthy for the most part and we don't make the playoffs, I'll accept that. But if we're missing Michael Thomas, missing our starting quarterback, missing so many different people, and we don't make the playoffs, I feel like we didn't get a fair shot. I know injuries are part of the game, but hey, hopefully we get healthy. Hopefully we stay healthy, and we'll see what happens. That's day one of training camp. It's going to be much, much more to come. Obviously, a slew of training camp days to come and preseason's coming. It's about to get fun. This channel's about to get fun, man. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. If you made it all the way this far and you didn't like the video, go and like that video, man. Get those likes up so it can spread around to more Saints fans. But thank you for tuning in once again. As always, this is Taboo Tragedies, and I'm out.